Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with 20 years' experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. For the past 6 years, she's been hammering on the doors of Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs, locking horns with outrageous owners.
Waggle and wriggle with a roll and go, riding on a donkey.
And their dodgy decor.
The decorator deserves to be bitch-slapped.
Now she's going back to see whether some of her biggest challenges have smartened up
It doesn't add much to the hotel, does it?
or fallen back into their bad old ways.
I'm going to give her a chance, do everything that she wants, and if I don't like it, I'm going to put it all back again.
This week, the hotel inspector returns to the White Hart Hotel in the historic city of St Albans. Alex is back to see hoteliers' husband and wife team, Ross and Jane Macbeth.
Well, you're obviously going to get your own way with this.
I don't often get my own way, do I?
2 years on since her first visit, will Alex find a couple working in harmony?
I suppose you see that nothing's changed. We still don't agree. We still argue about everything.
Well, not everything.
When I was last here, they used to lock horns the whole time, and that made it very hard to make even the smallest decision.
And will the Macbeths rise to Alex's newest challenge to help them pocket a healthier profit?
We're just thinking value for money and fast. What is all this mystery bollocks? I mean, honestly.
In 2007, having sold their computer software business, novice hoteliers Ross and Jane Macbeth took on the historic 14-bedroom White Hart Hotel in St Albans.
Mr. Cobweb, there was a...
Where's the cobweb?
She has got this obsession with the whole ghost sort of Halloween thing.
It's all very well, but we're not really a theme park.
We have quite a lot of ghosts. This particular cellar has the presence of an old landlord. He was murdered down here.
But the White Hart's ghosts aren't the only ones at each other's throats.
We don't work very well together at all.
No, I'd agree with that. Service! I'll get her really annoyed. She hates that.
No beans, remember.
You said beans. She does like to interfere at the most minute level of detail.
I think he's very stubborn and very argumentative.
What she means is I don't agree with her.
The Macbeth's dysfunction isn't helped by financial pressures. High running costs and extensive ongoing renovations mean that since taking over the hotel, they failed to make a single penny's profit.
We're always arguing about what to spend money on. But my decision is now to sell our home and invest more money in here.
Sort of learned over time to give up. I think that's the secret to being married, isn't it?
2 years ago, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi was called in to help stop the Macbeth's dream becoming a nightmare.
Very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Alice.
Thank you so much. What on earth made you take on this building?
I had a vision.
You had a vision.
To find out where the hotel is going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Just to tell you a little bit about the history of the hotel on the way
Yes.
to the room. We have a ghost of an old prostitute. One customer did say he had icy hands around his neck, but he then stayed the next night.
Maybe that's the kind of thing he likes.
The couple have been in the process of updating their 14 bedrooms. Alex will stay in one of their renovated rooms.
So this is your room for the night. It's a refurbished room. It's probably the nicest one we have at the moment.
Lovely. OK, thank you so much. Well, the problems here are obviously not in the bedroom. You know, I can't fault anything. I am, however, quite chary of anything that smacks of a gimmick.
Jane's pride and joy is a secret gallery designed to give her younger guests a thrill.
Well, Jane is very keen on the themes. She has got this natural inclination towards the Disneyland thing. I mean, she's very keen on that. You know. We once went to Disneyland in California and we're there until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And even the children were fed up.
Yet another of the night approaches.
Honestly, this makes them look like a not very serious operation.
Leaving Jane's skeletons in the closet, what horrors might Alex find in the White Hart's historic restaurant?
This is very nice, isn't it? All wood-panelled. Very attractive dining room.
But it seems the restaurant's menu has also fallen under Jane's spell.
Roasted tomato and hellfire pepper soup with shattered bones and popping eyes. Chocolate tombstone and graveyard plate dribbled with vibrant red coulis. I mean, it's really sad that this beautiful dining room has this being done to it.
Jane also has plans to extend the supernatural theme to an exclusive dining area in the cellar.
I've always wanted to have a chef's table. I thought, let's have a haunted chef's table. I'd line the walls with curtains, do the ceiling.
Where are you going to get all the money?
Well, we have a family home, which we had been planning on selling, and of course that will release some cash.
You're clearly a sandwich or two short of a lunchbox.
Jane's obsession with the paranormal has Alex well and truly spooked, so she's counting on Ross to shed some light on the White Hart's problems.
So, first of all, I want to know, how do you two work as a team?
Badly. I would say that I tend to pick all the pieces up to keep the business going, and Jane is the one that comes in and sort of buys things.
Do you exert any budgetary restraint on Jane as in regard to the room refurbishments?
No, not really. I mean, that's an area of that's part of this conflict of interest thing. Ideally, we'd agree a budget and what the priorities were, and we'd basically execute against, but she doesn't like that sort of thing.
Having unearthed some home truths, Alex has her own vision for the hotel's future.
The way forward here is historical, not ghosts, not paranormal activity. There is so much history that it's in no way making money on that, honestly, I think that Jane and Ross are mad.
Hoping the food could be the hotel's saving grace, Alex will pick 2 dishes. The main course is from the more traditional à la carte menu.
Good. But I did want to see whether the chef could cook, and he can.
Looking good, chef.
But the dessert from the haunted menu is the final nail in the coffin.
And
Oh,
finish the chocolate
graveyard. Thanks, love.
No problem. Enjoy.
I've had it up to here with ghosts. What is all this mystery bollocks? I mean, honestly.
After a revealing day at the hotel, Alex retires to her room.
I hope Alex gets a good night's sleep tonight, but in some respects, because she doesn't believe in the ghosts, I'm sort of half hoping that a ghost does walk into the room.
Can Ross and Jane pull together to revamp their restaurant menu?
Well, you're obviously going to get your own way with this.
I don't often get my own way, do I?
I don't know how any decisions ever get made here.
Or will Alex's ideas prove a step too far?
Well, I give up, I give up, I give up, I give up.
we've lost this
I
argument.
give up.
The White Hart, a 15th century hotel in St Albans, owned and run by the Macbeths. Having not made a profit in 7 years, they've called on the help of renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi. After spending the night, the hotel inspector is feeling much more optimistic.
I slept so well. No icy hands, no vampires, no werewolves. I'm very keen to get to the bottom of the problems here. I really have had enough of ghosts and ghouls. I want history, not mystery.
Jane's approach to budgets is clear from her next renovation project, the bridal suite.
This is the bathroom. It's larger than any of the other bathrooms, so we're hoping to make this bathroom a little bit special as well.
How?
Well, I was hoping to put copperware in it. A big, round copper bath.
At a price of
Very
it's about
expensive.
£7,000. Have you done a budget? Do you ever do
For
a budget?
what I would like to do with this room combined with the bathroom, I guess we could spend up to £25,000. I want this room to be really, really special.
But why? For your sake? For the guest's sake? To
It's
make money?
something people might talk about. The theatre.
Jane wants the bridal suite to take centre stage, but with finances so tight, she needs to rein in her spending.
The amount of time it takes to pay off a £25,000 refurbishment of a room when you're only charging £100 a night is considerable. It just doesn't make sense any way you look at it.
It's time for the hotel inspector to step in and present her plan to help the historic hotel rise again.
I really think we need to tap into the tourism that already exists in St Albans. The haunted thing is where it begins and ends. I'm very keen to do a marketing drive. I really want you to work on the fact that this, you sell it on the rooms, you sell it on the food, you sell it on its history.
The novelty menu also needs to be buried.
What you want is for people to eat your regular delicious food on your regular delicious menu and to be known for that. Doesn't mean that you have to serve, you know, a peacock stuffed with a swan, stuffed with a dormouse. You know.
Next, Jane and Ross need to tackle their dysfunctional working relationship.
I don't think we work very well together, do we?
We're not great at working together, I'll be absolutely honest, because we have very different
Ideas.
directions in the way we come at problems. For example, doing the rooms. Jane's coming at it much more from the artisan, every individual detail has to be perfect.
To try and end the renovation confrontations, Alex is offering to refurbish the whole of the bridal suite for a mere fraction of what Jane was planning to spend.
You know, this isn't your house. Keep it in mind. This is a business. You're going to have to redecorate it in 2 years' time because it'll be knackered. You know, you need to know how many nights bookings will it take to get that money back that you've spent on it.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a formula for doing the rooms more quickly.
Well, let's hope that you approve of my formula.
Yeah, I'm
let's
sure,
see.
yeah.
Let's see what you think.
Alex leaves the Macbeths with instructions to develop some enticing offers and packages to draw in tourists to the White Hart.
Tourism at the moment is very value conscious, and so I think they are not being creative enough with the packages they're putting together.
I've got a few ideas. We could say, come dine with us,
Don't agree with it, sorry. No,
right? Pay what you think it's worth.
no I don't agree with
No,
that.
you don't agree with that.
I want Ross and Jane to be completely singing from the same hymn sheet.
Because you've written it down on a bit of paper does not mean it's going to happen.
And also that they work out how to market themselves better.
Sparkling Saturdays, Thursday Thursdays, frothy Fridays.
In the hotel's bridal suite, the transformation is well underway as Alex's design team get to work. Meanwhile, downstairs, to try and galvanise Ross and Jane into action, Alex has asked them to come up with a £10 set lunch menu that they can flog on the streets of St Albans. They've roped in Chef Norman and maitre d' Adam to help.
We need to talk about the garnishes going with the Tudor pies.
Well, there aren't any garnishes, they're options. Otherwise, you don't make any money, do you? This is what it's all about.
Well, I think we need a veg.
It's a fixed price menu for what, £10?
Yeah.
And we do the soup and we do the salmon fish cakes. That's about 10 quid there, so.
Fish cake, everybody does fish cake. It's so boring.
Whenever they have to discuss something, they do it so badly. You know, sparks fly as soon as one or the other opens their mouths. So I don't know how any decisions ever get made here. I mean, it must be a long, drawn-out and bloody process.
I think we should have like things like pearl barley or lentil in it because that's an older
Jane, you're
recipe.
confusing the whole point of the exercise.
Yeah, let's start with this one.
We're actually using the old name, but we're not using the old ingredients.
Well, I think we should.
So can we make it easier rather than more difficult?
Well, you're obviously going to get your own way with this, but I would like it to be traditional English.
Well, make it
and
change, won't it?
written in
I don't often get my own way, do I?
I need to find some mechanisms to help them manage their relationship at work. And I definitely think that defining some areas of responsibility would be a good start.
Did you look up crouton and see what that says? Well, obviously it's better to have an English description.
The English word is crouton.
You know, I don't know how they managed to continue this working relationship.
Crouton, a small piece of sautéed or rebaked bread.
So you don't want to say rebaked bread cubes. You want to say croutons. All right, I give up. I give up.
you've lost this
I give up.
On her next visit, Alex checks on progress. Top of her list, to ensure the low-budget haunted house theme is finally dead and buried.
I hate all this. I would like us to get a nice wooden box here. You can put all your props in there.
A coffin.
Jane doesn't like to give in, so I'm in full agreement with that we should be focusing more on the history of the building. Probably has a bigger audience. That's quite good, as far as I'm concerned.
You can still see the skeleton.
His head's just fallen off.
I can't see anything, so that's good.
With Jane's ghosts finally laid to rest, Alex wants the Macbeths to concentrate on her plan to pull in the tourists and to place the focus well and truly on the White Hart's impressive Tudor credentials.
There are lots of other eateries and hotels in St Albans. What differentiates the White Hart from any other one is its history. The fact that it was the first inn in the town. That's all they need to say.
To make sure the hotel doesn't go unnoticed, Alex has a plan that's sure to capture the city's imagination.
It's a special lunch, £10 for 2 courses.
Right from the off, Alex has made sure that the White Hart's very own Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn are split up before either of them lose their head.
A really nice restaurant in there, which we call Tudors. And we're doing a really nice simple menu as an introduction.
It's 600 years old, it's got lots of history, and we're trying to go back in time a little bit with our recipes, and we're trying to promote the restaurant.
It's good that people aren't shying away from us in horror. It certainly piqued everybody's curiosity. It's getting a good response.
There's so many different restaurants around here and nothing of that sort, so no, I'd definitely give it a go.
It just shows that you do have to capture people's imagination, give them an offer, you know, don't wait for them to stagger down the hill.
No.
Because you'll be waiting a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Back at the hotel, Alex's makeover team have completed their budget transformation of the bridal suite. The once characterless room would be a disappointment for all but the most imaginative newlyweds. Now, Alex has transformed it. Authentic, bold Tudor colours mean the room's in keeping with the hotel's heritage, while the warm and comfortable furnishings provide that little bit of luxury a modern tourist expects.
So,
Oh, wow.
I'm hoping that you will agree that this is now just very smart and it kind of works with the other bedrooms.
I like the strong colours, and I really like the carpet, but if I'd seen it out of the room, I would never have chosen it. But it works really well in here, doesn't it?
The bathroom was once old-fashioned and on its last legs. Now it's fit for a king. The same bold colours and traditional tiling complement an outsized tub, deep enough for Henry VIII himself and his 6 wives. What's more, Alex has completely refurbished both bed and bathroom for little more than Jane was planning to spend on a copper bath alone.
Oh, goodness me.
What do you think?
I say.
£7 grand well spent.
Brilliant.
What?
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? You can't criticise it, it is lovely, isn't it?
No, I don't want to criticise it.
Are you happy, Jane?
Yeah.
Lovely. It's lovely.
I'm absolutely thrilled.
Hurrah!
With the Macbeths seemingly united in their appreciation of the new room, it's time for the final part of the hotel inspector's master plan. Alex wants Ross and Jane to put on an event that'll woo the local tourist bigwigs and convince them to put valuable business their way. To try and make sure the event goes without a hitch, Alex wants husband and wife to have completely separate roles.
Look, I've come up with a plan which I hope plays to both your strengths.
Right, okay.
I'm putting you very firmly in charge of the food and the costing of the menu.
Probably right.
I would like Jane to organise a short historical walking tour of St Albans that takes no more than an hour.
Okay.
We emphasise the historical nature of how central this building is to the town's development. Give them a good meal, show them the room, Bob's your uncle.
Okay.
So hopefully, the more we kind of separate out your responsibilities, the easier it will be when you come together. Does that sound?
Well, that sounds promising. Yes, promising.
We can only try.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Alex's plan plays to both the Macbeth's strengths, Ross's business head and Jane's creativity.
I think it's quite a good idea for Jane and I to have separate tasks. If we can try and focus on the separate elements of it, then I think that will help to achieve a result rather than us both fighting about the same thing.
But Jane's not so keen on the division of labour.
I don't agree with that, because
Well, you wouldn't even recognise a piece of chicken if it's jumped up and bit you.
You're going to put a menu together, and both the maitre d' and the chef are going to do all the work. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to supervise.
Oh, I still think that I've got the short straw here.
Will Jane's tour of the city prove a success?
Presumably, everybody's heard about the first British Christian martyr.
And what changes will await Alex upon her return?
Well, I've got a little bit of a surprise for you in one of the rooms.
Good.
Two years ago, Alex Polizzi visited Ross Macbeth and his wife Jane at the 15th century White Hart Hotel. She discovered they were struggling to make even the smallest profit. To help the White Hart prosper, she's asked the Macbeths to organise an event that promotes the hotel by focusing on its strengths, its heritage and its food. The couple and staff are busily preparing a Tudor-inspired banquet and a historical walking tour of St Albans. If Jane and Ross can impress the movers and shakers of the city, they could win invaluable backing for their business.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. Pleased to see you again.
How's everything been going?
Well, we've been getting there.
Yes?
I've been working away on my tour. There is so much to learn.
Don't worry, you're going to be
Okay,
fabulous.
well, we'll see.
I'm going to go and find Ross now. Hello.
Alex, how are you?
Have you and Jane managed to avoid discussing too many details?
Yes, I think because Jane's been so busy on her planning of the tour, she hasn't been able to control the kitchen side of it too much.
Is that good?
I think it's good, yes.
As the hour of the event draws near, it becomes clear that keeping Ross and Jane's roles separate is easier said than done.
Adam, we must get this covered before people come. I don't want this like this.
Just wrap a napkin around.
It's not big enough. A napkin won't be big enough. Let's just put a tablecloth around it.
Jane, you're, with respect, have you
I'm getting too involved.
Have you revised on your tour yet?
No, I'm getting too involved in this.
It's absolutely key that they keep their noses out of each other's business. They need to focus on their own responsibilities.
Adam, wouldn't those look better round the other way? We always have them round the other way.
Yeah, but I'm not finished yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we discovered a new strategy today for dealing with Jane sometimes in these situations, which is to remind her to sort of stick to the knitting, if you like, but particularly with something like this, where she's got the tour to do.
You were going to have the small table that's in the cellar by the sofa.
Jane,
There's a table there.
how's your tour doing?
Yes. The table's ready for the buffet. Norman seems very confident in the kitchen. Ross seems confident that they're going to make money out of it. Jane, despite her kind of, I just can't do this, I think is pretty well prepared. So, what could possibly go wrong?
Hello. Anybody wanting to go on the tour? Could we gather together here? Thank you for coming today. I don't know a lot about St Albans. I've had to learn as much as I can in the last few days, so I will get things wrong. Okay.
it's a less than assured start. As the VIPs look on, Jane's tour begins.
Presumably, everybody's heard about the first British Christian martyr.
Do tell.
Alban, of course, his name was Alban, and the town has taken the name from Alban.
I'm sure Jane's doing pretty well. I know she was very stressed about having to do it because it's not something she would normally do. But as we know, once she gets into something, if she does commits to do it, she will always finish it, which is a great strength.
After a nervous start, Jane's commitment begins to pay off.
Just beyond this first tree, there was a necessarium. Now, isn't that a wonderful name? I think I'm going to change our toilets to be called necessariums.
As she gets into her stride, Jane's soon bringing ancient St Albans to life. Back at the hotel, Ross and his team are under pressure to deliver a banquet worthy of the Tudors.
We're making some hedgehogs.
Oh, wow.
Jane's tour returns educated and hungry, but the learned tour guide is quick to spot that authenticity's been compromised.
Desserts on there.
Yeah.
But desserts are supposed to be with the main courses.
There's no room,
But
Jack.
that's why I said, perhaps we could put the bread here instead, so that it shows how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It's indicative of Tudor times.
But might the Macbeth's attention to historic detail be their downfall? Will the quirky Tudor oddities such as edible flowers and hard-boiled egg hedgehogs have guests yearning for modern times?
I think everyone seems to be enjoying the meal, as far as I can see. And it all seems to be sort of meeting approval, so I'm very pleased.
I think it's absolutely splendid. I think I could get into this Tudor banquet life.
I've enjoyed it really well, to be honest. I wasn't expecting all of this kind of glamour and food, the tour, which I don't really like tours, to be totally honest, but the tour was quite exciting.
An experience. Going back in history.
Alex takes advantage of the positive mood to flog the White Hart's overnight accommodation, with the newly renovated bridal suite in the spotlight.
This is the bridal suite.
Oh, wow, isn't that lovely?
Isn't it beautiful?
Wow. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Thumbs up?
Everything,
Beautiful.
yeah, very, very nice. I'd like to stay here.
Would you?
I might book it.
married again.
The paying punters are clearly impressed, but what will the council bigwigs think?
Well, I just want to say you've done absolutely fabulously today. The tour was great. Obviously, it's the first time we've done something like that, and as you practice and as you do it, keep doing it, it'll become second nature to you. And the lunch, fabulous.
Oh,
great
that's great.
stuff.
Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And it's a great honour to be able to present you with a little plaque.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
Oh, my God.
This plaque really does show that White Hart Hotel is indeed a place of historic interest.
Fantastic.
Thank
Give
you.
a kiss. Well done.
Why are you thanking me? I haven't done it.
You've done all this work, haven't she? She said she couldn't do the tour and she did it.
Yeah.
Of course she did it. I knew she would.
The seal of approval puts the White Hart firmly on the lucrative tourist trail.
I've got to tell you, I thought today was a triumph. The food was really out of this world. You did a good tour. The feedback on the room has been fantastic. I haven't seen you squabble once, so it's really good. And good luck. I hope you go from strength to strength. Thanks, Don.
Thanks very much.
I'm amazed. There have been no tears, lots of happy guests, but also they've been rather affectionate with each other at the end of the day, and so I think that's a good omen for the future.
Today went well, so we've worked together.
But it went well because we divided the labour content. That's the point, isn't it?
I don't know, Ross.
But if you think about it, I think it's true, actually.
I just know that when things go well, we work
Yeah, but
well
it went
together.
well because, not you're taking it the other way around, you know.
If you like.
2 years have now passed since Alex first visited the White Hart Hotel. She's back to find out if her advice and guidance have helped turn the hotel's fortunes around.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Ross and Jane are getting on with running the hotel together. When I was last here, they used to lock horns the whole time, and that made it very hard to make even the smallest decision.
It has been specially tidied, hasn't it? For Alex's visit.
Well, I don't know about that. Ask Margaret. She wouldn't say that it's been specially cleaned.
Ah, but it is, you know, it's fair enough, isn't it?
Well, that's ridiculous.
Is that?
I suppose you see that nothing's changed. We still don't agree. We still argue about everything.
Well, not everything.
Will Alex find a hotel that's still the jewel in St Albans crown, or will she find that it's tarnished over time?
This is still the lovely old building that I remember. I'm glad to see they've kept the menu for Tudors looking so smart, and the new hotel and restaurant signage is lovely. But they have these horrible tacky A-boards in a myriad different styles that really downgrade the whole look of the place. How are you?
We're well.
Well, very nice to see you. 2 years.
Nice to see you.
Since my last visit.
Looking beautiful, of course.
Thank you very much. Tell me what's been happening in the last 2 years. How's business been?
The rooms we've refurbished all bar one now. And so we've been able to put the price up a little bit on those.
Yeah, lovely.
The occupancy is probably a bit higher. We could sell them sometimes twice over on occasion.
That's good.
And the restaurant's good in the evening. The restaurant is better, actually.
And on weekends?
Weekends, yes.
So it all sounds good. I've noticed that there's a couple of nasty A-boards out, you and your signage.
Oh, there are.
Well, see, I agree with you. I mean, I don't like them. I think they're very untidy.
The hotel signage and Tudors and everything is in quite an old-fashioned, quite bold colours. What I think is you've got to at least keep that up. So, shall we do bedrooms first? Anything in particular you want to show me?
Well, I've got a little bit of a surprise for you in one of the rooms.
Good.
So I hope you'd like what I've done. Please don't tell me off.
OK, I won't. I'll rein it in.
Knowing the extravagant ideas of the past, will Alex find that Jane's surprise has simply been money down the drain?
Ah, I see immediately.
Yes, it does stand out a bit.
Well, it's very nice, darling. What did that put you back?
About £700.
Well, that's fine, because it's a tenth of what you were going to spend on the bath. And actually, it's nice, it's pretty. As long as this is where it stops. Yes. I think this is one of the favourite makeovers I've ever done. I mean, I love this bathroom, and so I'll allow this, but I'm glad you haven't changed anything else.
Oh, well, I'm glad you don't mind too much.
No, I don't mind at all, darling. It's your hotel.
Jane has escaped a telling off over her indulgence in the bathroom, but she does have some bad news for Alex in the bedroom.
About a month after you did the room for us,
yeah,
somebody put an iron on the floor.
Oh, poor you. And you've patched it very well. I mean, no one would even notice. I want to see what you've done. Go on, show me one of your new rooms.
Good, yes.
Jane's been hard at work updating the bedrooms, but will Alex approve of her unique style and decorative taste?
This is lovely. I like the curtains, I like the little chairs, the cushions are nice. And this bathroom looks incredibly chic, darling.
So it's an important part of the refurbishment, isn't it, the bathroom? I did have an idea about this room, about the decor in this room, but you're going to tell me off immediately.
OK.
I fancied it was going to be all in different shades of grey, but I was told I shouldn't do that. And so I altered it slightly by making a feature wall.
I think it's beautiful, darling. Well done, you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
OK, show me another room. No more ghostly ghouls.
Unless somebody specifically asks for a children's ghost party now, we don't advertise it as readily. So this room is one of the larger ones. And we've completely refurbished the bathroom.
It's very nice. This is a lovely room, darling. I must say, I think you've done such a good job.
Thank you.
I'm quite impressed with the fact that in 2 years you've done almost all the rooms. You've done a good job.
With things on the up, Can Alex inspire the Macbeths once again to help bolster their business?
We're just thinking value for money and fast.
I'm not sure we make any money from it.
Or will Alex's guests leave the hotel feeling shortchanged?
Portion size a little bit too small.
It's been 2 years since Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi first visited the White Hart in St Albans. She's been impressed with Jane's refurbishments in the hotel's quirky bedrooms, but Alex wants to find out if Tudor's restaurant is still pulling in the punters.
So the restaurant does well in the evenings?
The whole trade has picked up quite considerably since you were here before, but lunchtime, no.
Do you think you're offering the right things for lunch?
I don't know. Maybe there is a case for having some slightly different menu. I mean, we have got a set menu.
Because I think the point is that the days of long, leisurely, boozy
No, they're
lunches
well gone.
are over. I think people kind of feel like they want to be in and out within an hour, and they want real value for money. So I would like to invite some people here to have a look at a menu concept. I'd like you to think of something for me that we could just do, just to try it out. And I've invited people from businesses kind of big and small, so we'll get quite a good idea. But I think realistically, we've got to get the offer right. So all I want is a menu with 6 items on it. So I think that's what we're thinking. We're not thinking cheap, we're just thinking value for money and fast. Let's get them in, let's see what they think. Okay?
With the clock now ticking before Alex's guests arrive, the Macbeths call together a meeting with their restaurant staff and new maitre d', Fabio, to decide which dishes should be added to their new experimental lunch menu.
What you'd like us to do, which I think is a really good idea, is create a simple business-style lunch.
Like a half-an-hour menu.
Yeah, something with a time limit on it.
That should be alright. It's quite easy actually. Like those ones, they're quite quick and
Well, I think the linguine is quite a good one, isn't it? But it would have to be slightly bigger to be a single course.
Well, I believe yes, because we're gonna make only one course, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Like
I think one course and a coffee is quite good.
So including the coffee.
Or add a coffee for £1.
Okay. And I think we've got to match the price of our friendly neighbourhood restaurant down the road.
I think £7.95 would be good for one course,
Yeah, I'm not sure we make any money from it.
Alex is keen that Ross and Jane get their fair share of lunchtime diners and believes they should be making the most of business on their doorstep.
So the 6 dishes, do you think that's okay to start off with? I mean, bearing in mind we don't have a lot of time to...
I don't know about the cold meats. What do you think?
Well, I think it's really nice. I mean, maybe the description's not very good, but I think it is actually really nice.
Yes, well, people will be coming in soon, so...
Exactly, so I think if we go with it...
As the menu rolls hot off the press, Ross wants to make sure that the kitchen are fully up to speed with their new lunchtime offerings.
Hi, Norman. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good.
So what we've done, we've taken off the existing menu, and for instance, the cold meats one was a very good starter, but if we can just bulk that up a little bit.
Yeah.
The main thing is this guarantee. We need to guarantee a time.
30
something
minutes.
like 30 minutes, which I think, to be honest, I think we can.
Yeah, we can
do.
achieve that. Hit me.
Well done.
Hi, Norman.
Hi, Alex.
How are you?
Hi, good to see you.
Lovely to see you too. How's it going? Have you managed to do this?
I think we've got there, yes. We've managed to put together the 6 items you suggested, definitely, yeah.
Sounds lovely. £7.95, can't argue with that.
It's close, yeah. I think we'll be okay with that.
With many neighbouring eateries in direct competition, will Alex's local business guests be satisfied that Tudor's restaurant offers a lunch that's a cut above the rest?
I really suggest myself actually the prawns squid linguine. I mean, it's my favourite, maybe because I'm Italian, but the smile is really nice.
I'll go for the grilled chicken breast,
please,
Fabio.
Okay.
I'll go with the prawn and squid linguine, please.
Oh, that's a good choice. Okay, chef, we got 3 linguine and we got 3 chicken breasts, please.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll be ready.
There are 6 guests in there at the moment. They have all ordered, they're sat down. I'm pretty sure Norman's very reliable that they will be able to get the food out within half an hour.
With orders placed, Norman and his team set to work and quickly deliver the dishes well within time.
The menu is very simple, straightforward, and we just try to keep it on the on the budget.
One prawn and squid linguine.
Yeah, so we cooked well with my chefs, so we did very well. It was fantastic.
Lovely.
As Alex's guests tuck into their lunch, she reports back to Ross and Jane with her findings so far.
Alex?
What have people had? They've had the linguine has been popular, and although it's worried me because for that price, is it expensive ingredients?
Well, there's yes, we might have to cost that more carefully just to make sure we're actually okay.
And then the chicken breast has been very popular.
Yeah, that's okay because we know the cost of that's quite well defined, so we know that one.
Well, let's go and see what everyone thinks, shall we?
Yep,
Come on then.
That.
It's time to get feedback on the food and to see if the new lunch menu concept has met with guest expectations.
Tastes really, really nice, really tasty. For me, I think the only thing I would say is just portion size a little bit too small.
I enjoyed what I had, and I thought there was quite a good choice on the menu too.
And the price of it?
Yes, wasn't bad. Maybe a drink could be offered with it.
Yeah.
That's done locally a lot.
What, tea or a coffee?
Maybe, or something a bit more.
It was just enough for lunch, but it kind of. But in terms of value, I thought it was really good value, and all very well cooked though as well.
Oh, excellent! Well, that's nice.
I had the linguine and it was absolutely delicious. It was very, very tasty, very moist. The price is good for St Albans, so you know, in future, now that I know it's here, I would definitely consider coming here and bringing clients over.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for lunch.
As the diners head back to work, Alex's time at the hotel is also coming to a close.
I have to say, the response was incredibly positive. We know you have good food, so that was a bit I wasn't worried about. But is it the kind of food that people want to eat at lunch? And at least for those 6 people, the answer was yes. I think, darling, the important thing that came out of today is that none of those 6 people, all who live and work very near you, have ever dared come here. And I think that is something that I don't have time to tackle, but I think you have to tackle it. You have got to look at how you entice people in. I personally think that your signage is not very effective.
I think you have to be on the other side of the road, really, to see the signs properly. So, yes, because as you say, they're high.
That's not really the point, Jane. With respect.
You have to relentlessly remind people of why they should be coming to you.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
This place deserves to be a success. I mean, you certainly put in the hours, you put in the work. So do you think any of it's been helpful?
So I think it's absolutely been helpful. It's quite stressful for us all, obviously.
I know, darling, incredibly stressful. I'm always amazed you let me come back. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful. It's been such a pleasure to come back to the White Hart. I have found Ross and Jane working together much better. The rooms are massively improved. And the restaurant continues to be the jewel in St Albans that no one knows about. I hope today I've at least suggested some ways they may start to tackle that.
I think we have learned to work together better. We have been married now for, 36 years. So it's taken us long enough to get round to it.
But I really enjoyed having Alex here today, particularly as she was so positive.
Yeah, it's very nice.